welcome to another Coffee with Kilroy. Looks like we made it. All right, I will not do any more of that. And not because of the copyright. Today, we're covering the last of the 5 for Fighting series of games. If you've been tracking me this week or following along or keeping score at home, today or this week is D-Day week. I've been covering the 5 for Fighting series games of postcards from LPS Inc. And Against the Odds magazine, which covers 5 of the beach landings. Today is Sword Beach, and these are small format games, hence postcard games that are everything you need is on a postcard. On the front, you have the map. You have the counters along the side. They are two-sided. You cut those out and you play with them on the map. But how do you know how to play the game? Well, you flip it over and you have the rules on the back of the game. These are Paul Rohrbaugh designed games. He designs not all of them, but most of the postcard games for LPS. Has his own company, High Flying Dice Games, and has some interesting ideas and mechanics on how he covers war games. One of his key mechanics is a card draw mechanic, where that will determine the color of the cards determine which side gets to activate. The number or odd and even, depending on the system, determines the number of activations, and that those are the ones that get to move and then initiate combat. And then combat is modified by drawing a card and taking that factor and adding it to the attack or defense factor of the units. And you have right here, the counters don't have anything other than attack and defense. So you have an attack factor and you have a defense factor. And then you'll take your card draw and add that and compare. And you'll also add any kind of terrain effects. Here's a terrain effects chart that will affect combat as well. And then, you'll resolve combat, flipping over the unit and potentially eliminating the unit, and then playing till you get to the victory conditions, which the victory conditions are right here. So everything is all on the back here. You have your setup, you have your gameplay, which talks about those activations. You have your combat that talks about the card draw. There's like combined arm bonus. There are artillery and naval support markers. Again, these are landings on beaches. This one has a little bit of different rule, has German reinforcements. The other games I don't think had that, or the other ones in this series. And then you have your game length and then victory conditions. The interesting thing is this is a little bit thicker. This was a thicker postcard than the other ones, at least feels thicker, of the other ones I've covered this week. Also, if you don't like cutting out these counters, although this is a little bit thicker, you might be fine with those counters. They have die cut counters that you can get from LPS. Now these came all together. I've got all 5 of these postcard games in one package. Against the Odds has, if you go to their site, they have like the Black Swans, which are standalone games that they offer that are kind of bagged games, smaller games than even their magazine games. And I believe this is one of their Black Swans, but I got this, I think, as one of their specials. They do specials from time to time or throughout the year on offering up some of their games. And so you have this counter sheet here was for all 5 of the games in the 5 for Fighting series. You have Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juneau, and then now we're up to Sword. So those are the units that are same ones that are on the side of this counter here, or along the side of this counter here. But you can, poke them out and have die cut counters. Now they're good. They're gray core, good thickness, clear quality, and as far as the read of the counter, I like them. The only downside is sometimes they have nibs on them. So if you're a counter clipper, you're probably going to want to clip these counters. Easy for you to say. So those are the units that are involved here. And one of the nice things about these small format games or these postcard games is you get a feel for the action without a lot of investment. These games don't take that long to play. There's not that much space here, but you're getting a feel for what are the units that are involved, some of their capabilities, some of the terrain they had to deal with, and again, some of the other aspects like naval or German reinforcements. Some of those things factor into this game as well. So there you have it. We're up to, this is number 25 in the series. It's kind of hard to read there with the print. So there was 25 postcards that are offered by, I think, Against the Odds. There are also some other ones offered by Turning Point Simulations, which again rolls up to LPS. And this is the fifth in the 5 for Fighting. So we've now gone through the entire series. We made it to the end. And there you have it. I will be doing another episode of the combined, there are rules for the combined 5 for Fighting series, and so stay tuned for that. There's still more to come, but this is the last of the individual postcards that I will be covering in the 5 for Fighting series. So with that, I'd love to know what you think about this game or any of the ones I've covered. Do any one of these, do you find these more interesting? They all have the same mechanics, but they all cover different aspects of the invasion, the different beaches, the different units that were involved, and the different terrain that was encountered. So do you have a favorite in this series? Do you, or do you not like the series at all? Do you not like these little small format postcard games? Love to know your thoughts on any of that. And thank you for stopping by. I say that all the time, but I really do mean it. I'm always amazed by the number of people that stop by, the number of subscribers that I have, the number of views, the number of likes, all that. Just tells me it humbles me and wants me to thank you for stopping by and spending any amount of time. I don't do this for the subscribers or the views or the likes. I do this because it's interesting to me. I wanted to share my interest in the hobby and what some of my thoughts are, and share my collection and what I think about it, and also obtain your viewpoint and reflections and comments on the hobby and on my viewpoints as well. I'm open to hearing new ideas. Anyway, again, thanks so much for stopping by. The best way I know you stop by is drop me a comment. Tell me what you're thinking. Just keep it civil and have a good day. Thanks for watching.